of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi has arrived, and they are about to arrive in this hall. So a couple of minutes more and we are soon about to start with the convocation. Instruction to the students: for the group photograph, and you would be coming up here on the stage with your badge, kindly look towards the balcony. The photographer would be in the center of the balcony so that you get a good photograph. Don't look left or right or down or anywhere. Look in the center towards the balcony, right? The academic procession has started from the academic block. They are on their way. I request the band to be ready. They have already started from the academic block. I request the band to play the marching tune. Kindly rise, the academic procession has arrived. I request all the guests here in the auditorium to rise.
Please remain standing for the national anthem. National anthem, please. Kindly be seated. I now request Vice Chancellor Professor Ranveer Singh to give his welcome address.
Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Honorable the Chief Justice of Delhi High Court and Chancellor National University Delhi, and Madam Jiraben Patel, Honorable the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Honorable the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajiv Sahai and Law, Honorable Mr. Vijay Kumar Vijay Dev, Chief Secretary of Delhi, and Mrs. Sonia Dev, Honorable members of the Governing Council, Executive Council and Academic Council, and the National University Delhi, Honorable Judge of the Supreme Court of India, High Court and sitting retired, respected judicial officers and officials of the state administration, respected members of the bar, Vice Chancellors, fellow academics, distinguished guests and invitees, graduating students and their parents, registrar, member of the faculty, staff and students, members of the media and the press, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pride and privilege I stand before you this morning to extend a very warm welcome on behalf of the National University of Delhi for the 7th annual convocation. It is a special day for us, a very special day for a graduating and other students who are entering career they dreamt 5 years ago. I am extremely thankful to Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Honorable Mr. Ranjan Gogoi, for accepting our request to be chief guest on this momentous occasion for delivering the convocation address. Sir, we all look forward to your blessings. Thank you very much, sir. I am equally beholden to Honorable Mr. Justice D.N. Patel, Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court, and Chancellor of the University and members of the university bodies and other dignitaries, especially the High Court, providing us all kinds of support. I take this opportunity to thank Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, and also the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Mr. Manish Sisodia, officials of Delhi government, especially the Chief Secretary, Mr. Vijay Kumar Dev, for their contribution and continuous support for the development of the university. Sir, let me begin with the story of the legal education. Initially, the Britishers did not give much importance to the legal education. But then after independence, same thing happened. For a long time, the Indian government also not give much importance. The first major attempt to revamp legal education happened when, under the leadership of even Professor Bakshi is present today, when the first meeting took place that we need to transform legal education in a different shape. And so we conceived the National School of University, Bangalore. Thank you very much, sir, for giving that model to India. And fortunately for me, I was a part of the National School, Bangalore in 96 and 97. The journey of the schools so far is the transformation is very, very unique in legal education. Initially, when I was a student, I used to see that people will come to legal education, many of them those who will not get admission anywhere else, and people came to law, legal studies by chance. But that was the phase in 70s and 80s when the teacher came to legal education by choice, and they came because they wanted to teach, they had interest in academics. But the next phase, when the law schools came, I don't want to take this story too long. When the first law school of India, University Bangalore, was established in the year 1988. After that, the story changed, and the ministers' conference at Bhubaneswar in 1996 decided why not to have a law school in each and every state. So that's how the process of having law schools in every state began. And I being with the law school Bangalore in 96-97, fortunately the responsibility to create the second law school fell on me. So I was called by the Honorable Chief Justice that time, the Chancellor of the University, Justice U.C. Banerjee, to come to Hyderabad and found the law school. That was the second law school, and where I stayed from 1998 to 2008. And 2008 we took over Bangalore, and we were rated as one of the best law schools. And one day I found Justice Bhandari was on the campus, who is the Honorable Judge of the International Court of Justice now, and he said, Ranveer Singh, your work with Nalsar Hyderabad is over. Why don't you leave this place and come to Delhi? So I said, I've been given the 4th extension, I have no intentions to move to Delhi for the time being. He said, no, let me tell you one thing. The best time to leave any place is when you have done your best. And now you have done your best, you have overtaken Bangalore, and you must leave this place. So I said, Judge, it is very convincing, and I will give a serious thought. Since I belong to Haryana, my hometown is very near. So I shifted to Delhi in the year 2008. We have completed 10 years, 2018, and a decade of excellence, sir. In this journey from Law School Bangalore, I started from a village. The journey to Law School Bangalore, and then to Hyderabad, and now to Delhi, and I have done a long journey. The other day I told my Chief Justice, time has come. Now the baton should be passed to the next generation. And I have already told him to initiate the process to have a new Vice Chancellor. And because I believe, I'm always reminded of the poet that is Robert Browning, man may come, man may go, I go on forever. Institutions will always carry on, will come, will go, but institutions has to carry on. But in this journey of the creation of the law schools, it is not a journey, solo journey by me. In this, the contribution of the faculty, the contribution of the students, and the contribution of the non-teaching staff has been phenomenal. And if I have to list those activities, I think this is a long list, but I will try to be as brief as possible. And I will start with the faculty first. And I found that in our 16 centers, the kind of research we do at NLU Delhi is not done by any of the law schools in the country. This is because of this, that the three best law schools today in the country are National Law School Bangalore, NLU Delhi is the second, and NLU Nalsar Hyderabad is the third. And the difference between the Law School Bangalore and NLU Delhi is less than 1 mark. And that too on perception. Because Law School Bangalore is 30-year-old. I was only 10-year-old that time. So I cannot take them over in terms of the age. But I believe it is not how long you live, how best you live is very important. And sir, I can assure you, we live our best all these years. And that's why the NLU Delhi is the destination for anybody to have good legal education. And then it is because of the fact that we have 2 tests in law. One is CLAT, where about 65,000 apply for 2,500 seats. And for us, it is only 80 seats, where roughly 25,000 students apply. And we see that we take students from all over the country. And we have seen that there is hardly any state from which we don't get students. And there are occasions when students leave Bangalore, students leave Hyderabad, students leave Bhopal, Jodhpur, or other institutions where they have taken admission. And when they are confirmed their admission at NLU Delhi, they prefer to come to NLU Delhi. I can share one very interesting story with you. 5 years back, one very dear student, she is here today. She will be coming for receiving the appreciation certificate. Came to my office with the father and said, "Sir, I have a problem." I thought, I don't know what problem she has. She said, "My problem is that I qualified IIT Madras. I qualified Stevens. I qualified CLAT. I'm a 5th ranker. I can go to Bangalore. And unfortunately or fortunately, I qualified also in New Delhi. Now, sir, where to go?" I said, "You have come to a wrong person." I never say that you should join NLU Delhi. You find out from your peer group, ask your parents, see the institutions, see the faculty, what kind of research they do, and then decide. And meet me after a week. After a week, I saw they were sitting in my lounge, and I just stopped there and said, "I'm sure you must have decided not to join us." She said, "No, we will disappoint you. We are joining you." And I said, "Why?" She said, "My only aim is that I want to come in IFS." Today she has qualified IFS. She is doing training. She is here today in this hall, and she will be receiving the appreciation certificate. So what we become is mainly because of the faculty and the students. Now, students of NLU Delhi, this time 7 of them came in civil services. Almost A dozen of them came in the Delhi Judicial Services. We topped last year in the Delhi Judicial Service. We topped in Haryana Judicial Services. We topped in Punjab Judicial Services. List is endless, sir. List is endless. Because when I came here, the mandate given to me was that you are the 13th law school, and the governing council met at the house of Justice M. Sharma, who was the Chief Justice that time. And he said, you are the 13th law school, Ranbir Singh, and we are inviting you to be the Vice Chancellor, founding Vice Chancellor. How do you make your place for yourself? I said, I will have a separate test. I will not have CLAD. Separate test, they said, why you want to have a separate test? I separate test because I want to maintain quality, and probably I don't know how the CLAD is going to shape. But the hidden agenda was, I wanted to generate money. because my experience of Hyderabad was, for 1 year it was zero budget, and I did not get any money, and I was finding difficult to pay even the salary of the teachers. So I thought the money which I generate would be helpful for us, and that's why when we get 25,000 applications, you generate good money where if some reason there is some delay by the UGC or by any other agency, you can carry on. So, and the second thing I said was that I have seen, my experience with the law schools is quite long, and I have seen that we do not give much emphasis to research. So when I come to NLU Delhi, I will create centers and we'll have a lot of focus on research. We have 16 centers today, 16 centers. Center on Death Penalty, Communication and Governance, the Good Governance Center, and Social Inclusion, Human Rights Center, and Commercial Law. So there are so many centers which are doing excellent job. And the reputation of the centers is that we have almost 35 crore funding from India and abroad as far as the centers are concerned. We are about 50 research scholars who are work day and night. So NLU Delhi alone has got more funding than all other schools combined as far as research is concerned. We had a Rhodes Scholar. How many institutions would have the credit of having a Rhodes Scholars in the very first 10 years? We have done our best in terms of whatever comes to me is because of the achievements of the students and the achievements of the faculty. Today, because of that hard work by the faculty and the students, NLU Delhi is a class 1 status university. The next score is 3.59 out of 4, which is highest Honorable Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister, highest from any state university of your state. And we are next to JNU. I was the president of the IU earlier. I was looking at the ranking. Out of 900 universities, public and private, NLU Delhi is at number 11 in the country. That was my mandate when I came in 2008. And since I believe I have fulfilled that mandate, I must give place for the next generation. That's why I told the Chief Justice, now let us have a process where the next generation will take over in the law schools. Law schools today are facing a problem. Many of the law schools are facing a problem. And the problem is leadership problem, leadership crisis. Because the generation which came out to the law schools are not ready. They are not that mature to take up the job of the Vice Chancellor. People, those who come from traditional places, and they have no idea of what a law school is. And I always tell my friends, law school Vice Chancellor is not a plate outside, that's why so Vice Chancellor and a beautiful office inside. I remember one of my friends came to me when he was appointed Vice Chancellor, he said, how do I succeed in a law school which is a new law school? I said, if you really want to succeed, any job from the job of a PN to the job of the Vice Chancellor, you have to do it yourself. And if you don't have that commitment to create an institution, you cannot. So don't be a Vice Chancellor on the very first day, that you have a person who will give checks inside and say the Vice Chancellor will decide whom to meet, whom not to meet. You should be able to everybody and motivate students, motivate faculty, motivate everybody, because everybody will look to you. That's what a good university is. And that mandate we have been able to fulfill. I'm sorry, friends, for one thing. I tried my best. We were given 7 acres of land. I thought I'll give you a beautiful building. My plans were ready. I could not create a building for you. This year the number of boys are more. The hostel was not there, sufficient for the boys. So we had to keep them on the 4th floor and the 5th floor of the academic block because of the shortage of accommodation. Second thing, all these 10 years, I was not able to give you a good sports ground. Initially, this building was made, but unfortunately, the sports ground was not there. These young people need those grounds to play, to have their extracurricular activities, and beyond their classrooms, they need a lot of things. So somewhere I can confess that I was caught between the mandate of the state, which was their own mandate, and the mandate of my university bodies, the governing council and the EC, when they said the mandate of the law school should be national and international. The state said the mandate should be regional. So I'm caught between two things. I don't know how to solve it. But anyway, I will leave it that and see how things happen in future. This is the story of the law schools in the country, and probably we are created with great fanfare. I have no hesitation in saying. But once the law schools are created, the support which should come from the government. We have enough support. I'm not saying that. But other law schools, many of the law schools do not have any support at all after they are created. That way, the law schools will not be able to survive. And two more suggestions I will give. To enrich judiciary, it is very important to create All India Judicial Service. The time has come where these people must come to enrich the judicial service. Many of them go today to litigation, they are going for higher studies. Name any institution, you find they are there and they get best of fellowship. It may be Commonwealth, it may be Inlac, it may be any fellowship in Cambridge, Oxford. These students have got it. The second thing is that we are blamed sometimes that most of our graduates go to the corporate sector. My defense is very simple. My defense is that most of the law schools, the students, those who come, they come from middle class families. And they are not sons and daughters of influential or affluent people. And they spend a lot of money in the law schools for 5 years. So when they pass out, they look to corporates. But I'm sure I shared with many senior lawyers at one time, including Gopal Subramaniam Venugopal Sahab, who is very close to me. I said, sir, if the bar can come forward and say we will take these young people from the law schools, and even if they give 50% of what the corporates are giving, I'm sure these young people who are very good at research will go to the bar. They will not go to the corporates. Something need to be done. And finally, let me quote J. Holland. He said, God give us men at times like demands, strong minds, strong hearts, true faith, and ready hands. Tall men, sun-crowned, who live above the fog in public duty and private thinking. My best wishes to all the graduating students and parents. I welcome you all once again. Thank you very much. I request the Honorable Chancellor to inaugurate the convocation.
I declare the convocation open.
I have the honor to present to the Chancellor the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. They have been found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, to which I pray they may be admitted. The candidates taking the degree of Doctor of Philosophy will please stand forward.
By the virtue of authority vested in me as the Chancellor, National Law University, Delhi, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, in this university.
Very good morning to all of you. May I first have Mr. Amit Bhaskar to receive his degree. Mr. Bhaskar has worked on analyzing alternatives to death penalty sentencing, a new judicial trend evolved by the Supreme Court of India in death penalty cases. He has worked under the supervision of Professor Dr. Nirmal Satish. Please come forward to receive your degree. Mr. Ajit Kumar Singh is a serving IRS officer who has worked on evaluation of the source rule taxation regime of developing countries with a special reference to India. He has worked under Dr. Jasper Vikas. Mrs. Archana Sharma. She has worked on computer forensics in criminal investigation and admissibility of electronic evidences in India, issues and challenges. She has worked under Professor G.S. Vajpayee and Dr. Aparajita Bhatt. She is currently serving as assistant professor at North Cap University. Friends, I have a very special person to present before you. Dr. B.N. Ramesh. He is the Additional Director General of West Bengal Cadre. He is receiving his third doctorate today. He has secured his PhD from IIT Kharagpur, first PhD. Second PhD he has received from National Police Academy, Hyderabad. Today he is receiving his third doctorate degree. He has worked on cross-border mergers, acquisitions, a comparative study of legal framework and procedure in India and the US. He has worked under Professor Ritu Gupta. Now we have Mr. Animesh Das, now Dr. Animesh Das, FDI laws in India and foreign investment protection, a critical analysis. He has worked under Dr. Harpreet Kaur. He is presently working in Pitt Law School in Bhubaneswar. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time for the conferment of degrees to LLM group. Sir, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Masters of Law, whose names are set out in the list. They have been found qualified for the degree of Master of Laws LLM, to which I pray they may be admitted. The candidates taking the degrees of Master of Laws in person will please stand forward.
Vested in me as the Chancellor, National Law University Delhi, I admit you as also the candidates in absentia to the degree of Master of Laws LLM in this university.
Now I'll call your name and one by one you will come on the dais to receive your degree. Adya Anantya, Akanksha Mishra, Abhishek, Abhishek Sharma, Avinya Bay, Aditya Rawat, आकांक्षा पाठक, आकांक्षा घोष,
होटल ही जा
आकाश चंद्रा, अक्षय जैन, अमरदीप सिंह संधू, अमित कुमार, अमित कुमार यादव, अमित शेहरावत, अमित कुमार यादव रिसीविंग द डिग्री, अमित शेहरावत, अमित सिंह, आनंदिता सिंह, अंकित कौशिक,
थोड़ा राइट में ना
अनुज कुमार तिवारी, अनुजा लाल, अर्पिता रंजन, अवनीत कौर, बी विघ्नेश, वेदप्रिया लहरी, भावना, चैताली बाघवा, चिराग अग्रवाल, चित्रांगदा शर्मा, जालिमा अग्रवाल, दीक्षा सेठी, डेरिक हॉके, देवांशी सिंह, ध्रुव चंदोरा, ध्रुव अग्रवाल, दीक्षा मेहंदीरत्ना, दिव्या अश्विनी, दिव्या कथुरिया, दिव्यांशु चौधरी, डोना मैथ्यू, हिमांशु राठी, निधि मोहन, हिमांशु गुप्ता, मेघदर्शनी, मनिका, मानसी, नेहा खन्ना, नेहमत बाजवा, निधि मीना, निष्ठा, पलक जाओ, रमेश खन्ना, प्रियन गर्ग, रितेश सिंह, समृद्धि, शीतल भाटियानी, शीतल रानी, शिवानी शेखर, शिवानी सिंह, शुभी खरे, सिद्धार्थ सिहाग, स्नेह चौधरी, सोनल भारती, सुहासिनी नारायण, सुरभि पांडे, तन्मय जैन, तेजपाल, वंश चौधरी, विवेक मिश्रा, परवीश मिश्रा। Thank you, batch LLM. Very, very congratulations. Before I move to the next segment, I must point out that this batch has done remarkably well, and I do not have time to count your individual achievements. But may I very briefly point out that this is probably the first batch in this university who have brought largest number of NET and JRF individuals. Most of them are in the process of either becoming assistant professor or lecturer in so many colleges and universities. And I also wish to name Diksha Sethi, who is here. She has been successful in Delhi Judiciary. She is going to be in Delhi Judiciary very soon. She is a trainee judge. She is the part of this batch. And variety of lot of achievements. Many students are going abroad. You have achieved a lot of scholarship. Some of them are pursuing your research career. So all the best from our side. And now BA LLB. So may I request the Chancellor, sir. Sir, I have the honor to present you to the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Laws, BLLB, whose names are set out in the list. They have been found qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Laws, to which I pray they may be admitted. The candidates taking the degree of BLLB in person will please stand forward.
By the virtue of authority vested in me as the Chancellor, National Law University, Delhi, I admit you, as also the candidates in absentia, to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Laws Honours, BA LLB Honours in this university.
The candidates will keep standing and the Chancellor would
Read out
the citation.
Do you sincerely promise and declare that if admitted to the BA LLB Honours degree for which you are candidates and for which you have been recommended, you will, in your daily life and conversation, conduct yourself as worthy of the members of this university?
Now I'll read out the roll. One by one, you will come on the dais to receive your degree. May we have Aditya Gambhir first. Asawari Rai. Ayush Kashyap. Abhinav Reddy. Abhishek Singh. Aditi Sharma. Aditya Garg. Aditya Mahat. Anshul Agrawal. Anupama Singh. Arpit Agrawal. Aslisha Bateza. Bhavninder Singh.
ठीक है
Devranjan Goswami, Dadipman Shukla, Dipali Verma, Digvijay Kumar, GVL Vidya, Gokul Plaha, Gauri Bhargav, Gauri Raghunath, Ishan Mishra, Kali Prasad, Kanishk Agrawal, Karishma Srivastava, T.N. Kaushik, Kaustav Narendran, Kairavi Vishwas, Kirti Srivastava, Kritika Vidyarthi, Madhulika Agrawal, Mehma Jain, Manoj Chandrasekhar, Tarun Sundaram, Meghna Singhal, Namita Elizabeth, Prashant, Pritam Bharti, Puneet Dinesh, Riya, Rohan and Shiv, Rohan Bhatia, Sanjit Meena, Sanutha Shetty, Sarika Jhawar, Sabyasachi Sumitra, Shachi Solanki, Sharad Tara, Shurpriya Vidhu, Shuchita Goyal, Siddhant Sachdeva, सोना सुबैया, श्वेता पोचिराजू, तनाया राजवाड़ा, तनुष दयाल, इष्टा टंडन, त्रिशा बंसल, उत्सव भगत, विवेक शाह,
हिला दो, कोई बात नहीं, मेरा चल रहा है।
वृंदा विनायक,
आए कर लो जल्दी,
यश
चलना जल्दी।
सोलंकी, यशिका सिंह,
हो गया तो बता भी दो।
यशोधरा चौहान, and Rahul Srivastava. May I request Vice Chancellor sir to please proceed.
I have the honor to present to the Honorable Chief Guest and other dignitaries the candidates for the award of medals and prize instituted by various endowments in B. LLB Honours and Masters of Laws LLM, whose names are set out in the list. They have been found qualified for the award of medals and prizes. The candidates receiving medals, certificates and prizes will please stand forward.
So welcome to this much sought after segment of presentation. This is divided into three categories. In the first category, I'll read out the list of gold medals and cash prizes instituted by various donors in the name of their choice for various subjects of law and other medals which are awarded. So in the first segment, I'll read out the names and then I would invite the candidate and then I would request one of the dignitaries to do the honor. So first of all, in my first segment is Shri K.K. Venugopal, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India, has instituted a gold medal in the name of his father, late Shri M.K. Nambiar, for the subject constitutional law. Shri A.K. Ganguly, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India, has instituted a gold medal in the name of his father, late Shri Advait Pad Ganguly, for the subject constitutional law. Honorable Justice K. Ramamurthy, former Judge, High Court of Delhi, has instituted a gold medal in the names of his parents, late Shri T.G. Krishnamurthy and Mrs. Subalakshmi, for the subject constitutional law. Shri Manoj Swaroop has instituted a cash prize in the name of his father, late Shri Paramatman Swaroop, for the subject constitutional law. These three medals and a cash prize is to be awarded to Ms. Namita Elizabeth Gandhi. May I request Namita to come on the line. Then may I request Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi, Chief Justice of India, to kindly confer these medals and this cash prize to Namita. She is receiving 3 medals and a cash prize. She deserves a round of applause. Thank you so much, sir, for this rare honor being conferred to Ms. Namita Elizabeth Verghese. Congratulations to you. So kindly take your seats. Friends, to continue in this segment, I also have 2 gold medals and 2 cash prizes to be awarded to one of the students of BA LLB Honours. Honorable Justice S.B. Sinha, former Judge, Supreme Court of India, has instituted a gold medal in the name of his father, late Shri A.N. Sinha, for the subject public law. Shri Mohan Ahuja and Shri Vinay Ahuja have instituted a gold medal in the name of Mohalla House for the subject alternative dispute resolution. Shri Digambar Sen, Sahni settler and founder trustee, Bodhraj Sahni Memorial Trust, Yadgar Manjil, New Delhi, has instituted a cash prize in the name of Professor Ghansham Singh for the subject Civil Procedure Court. Professor Dr. K.N. Chandrasekharan Pillai has instituted a cash prize in the name of his esteemed teacher, Professor R.B. Kelkar, for the subject criminal law. These 2 medals and 2 cash prizes go to Ria. May I request Honorable Mr. Justice D.N. Patel, Chief Justice and Chancellor, National Law University, Delhi, to kindly confer these 2 gold medals and these 2 cash prizes to Ms. Ria.
She will going to join the practice or corporate office? Corporate. She says corporate office.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for this. Friends, we have again in the same sequence 3 gold medals and a cash prize. S.R. Sharma, Advocate, Supreme Court of India, has instituted a gold medal in the name of Srimati Sadhana Sharma for the subject criminal law. Shardul Shroff has instituted a gold medal in the name of Pallavi and Shardul Shroff gold medal for the subject corporate law. Kajal Sheetal Sharma, Mishra, advocates and founders, SKS Juris Legal Group, has instituted a gold medal in the name of Kajal and Sheetal Mishra for the subject taxation law. Professor K.N. Chandrasekharan Pillai has instituted a cash prize in the name of his esteemed teacher, Professor R.B. Kelkar, for the subject criminal law. And all these 3 medals and this cash prize go to Tishta Tandon. Tishta, to come on the dais to receive these 3 medals and this cash prize. And may I request Honorable Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister, Government of NCT Delhi, to please confer these awards to Tishta. Thank you so much. Now, I announce another 3 gold medals. Shri Amitesh Banerjee, Advocate, High Court, Kolkata, has instituted a gold medal in the name of his father, late Honorable Justice Umesh Chandra Banerjee, for the subject intellectual property rights. Mr. Praveen Anand and Anand Partners have instituted a gold medal in the name of Anand and Anand Gold Medal for the subject Intellectual Property Rights. Shri Pawan Bhatia on behalf of Royal Safe Company has instituted a gold medal in the name of Shri Sadvinder Singh Bhatia for the subject International Trade Law. So these 3 gold medals are awarded to Gauri Raghunath. Gauri Raghunath to receive these 3 medals. May I request Honorable Mr. Manish Sisodia ji, the Deputy Chief Minister, Government of the City of Delhi, to please award these gold medals to Gauri Raghunath. Thank you so much. Friends, I have still 2 medals in this segment, and then we'll move on to that much coveted and much awaited special gold medal segment. So 2 gold medals, remaining 2 gold medals in this segment are Shri Subhash Chandra Sharma, Advocate, Supreme Court of India, who instituted a gold medal in the name of Lajja Sharma for the subject jurisprudence, and Canara Bank instituted Canara Bank Endowment Fund for the subject banking law and negotiable instrument. So these 2 medals plus 3 medals from the special medal segment. Suresh Shroff Memorial Trust instituted a gold medal in the name of Suresh Shroff for the first rank holder. First rank holder. This is very special. I think whosoever going to receive deserves much more louder applause. First rank holder. And also I have Dr. Mrs. Santosh Chawla has instituted a gold medal in the name of late Honorable Mr. Justice T.P.S. Chawla for legal aid and community outreach. And I have the most coveted one, which is the Best Student of the Year award. So this is a very special mention I wish to make Mr. Chetan Sabharwal and Nitin Sabharwal, who have instituted this gold medal in the name of Justice Y.K. Sabharwal. And these 5 medals, including the Best Student of the Year award, any guesses? Brinda Vinayak. May we have Brinda Vinayak. This is very important segment, and I have to again request Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi, Chief Justice of India, to do this very, very special award conferment to Brinda Vinayak. तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए. Great, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Friends, in this very special segment, I have another 3 medals to announce. 3 medals. Bharti and Suresh Shroff Memorial Trust instituted a gold medal in the name of Bharti S. Shroff Gold Medal for the 2nd rank holder. Shri P.P. Rao, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India, has instituted a gold medal in the name of his mother, Srimati Pavni Satyanarayanma, for the overall excellence. Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India, has instituted a gold medal in the name of his father, late Dr. L.M. Singhvi, for the best all-round performance. So these three very unique distinctions: second rank holder, overall excellence, and best all-rounder performance. Any guesses? May we have Tishta Tandon again? Tishta Tandon is receiving second rank holder, overall excellence, and best all-round performance. I request Honorable Justice Rajiv Enlaw to kindly confer these three medals to Tishta Tandon. Great, thank you so much. Friends, I also have the Best Student of the Year, another award in the second category. Honorable Justice R.C. Lahoti, former Chief Justice of India, has instituted a gold medal in the name of his father, Shri Ratan Lal Lahoti, advocate and freedom fighter, for the Best Student of the Year. And this gold medal is awarded to Ms. Gauri Ravna. Gauri Ravna, to receive this gold medal, may I request Shri Vijay Kumar Devji, Chief Secretary, Government of NCT of Delhi, to please award this medal to Gauri. Meanwhile, I also invite Mirdarshni on the dais, please. Indradat, Chairman for one public school, has instituted a gold medal in the name of Shri, maybe a request for a while for this also, Pandit Girdhari Lal Salwan, for the best outgoing student from excellence through diversity. This medal is awarded to Megdarshini. And again, this medal is to be received by Megdarshini from Shri Vijay Kumar Devji. I would request you, sir, to please be here with me, with us for some more time. I have a couple of more announcements today. May we have Dhruv on the dais. Arshad Khan and Sophia has instituted a gold medal in the name of Dr. Kumar Ali Khan and Mrs. Anamma Warke Khan for the subject competition law and policy. This medal is awarded to Mr. Dhruv. And this medal is being awarded by Mr. Vijay Kumar Dev, Chief Secretary, Government of NCT Delhi. Meanwhile, I also friends, now we have LLM segment. Incidentally, the first gold medalist, Surabhi, is not here, Surabhi Karwa. This will be awarded in absentia to her. But meanwhile, we have second and third ranker for LLM regular program. May we have Ankit Kaushik as second rank holder and also Aditya Rawat as third rank holder for LLM 2019 batch. 2018-2019 batch. These two students will be receiving the medals from Mr. Vijay Devji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Friends, now I am moving to a very important conferment, to a very important person. As you know that the National Law University has set up an LLM professional program 2 years ago, and this program was instituted mainly to cater the requirements of the executive professionals in different sectors of functioning and working. I am very pleased to share that this program is receiving a lot of attention from the government and other functionaries who are enrolling, and this is a very flexible program where the professionals join us, and it is conducted through mixed mode of learning. And the first batch of LLM Pro, we had decided that we will award the gold medal to first rank holder in LLM professional as well in the convocation. So I am very pleased to announce that the NLU Delhi has instituted this gold medal for the first rank holder LLM professional program, and the awardee is none other than our own Mr. Vijay Kumar Dev, who is the Chief Secretary of Delhi NCT. And I must say that he very diligently, religiously followed the entire rule of this particular program, and he topped the list. We are very pleased to confer a gold medal. Maybe on the dais on the front side, and may you please come forward to receive this medal. May I request Shri Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Government of NCT, to award this particular medal to Mr. Vijay Dev. He is an inspiration to many serving officials. For LLM program, we have the Vice Chancellor Gold Medals. You know, the National Law University has instituted, the Vice Chancellor has instituted gold medal for overall best male student in LLM, and similarly the overall best female student in LLM. So this list is not with me. So maybe request the Vice Chancellor to please announce that who is the lucky recipient this time in LLM group receiving the overall best male student gold medal from the Vice Chancellor. Mr. Anderson.
LLM, the boy student is Himanshu Rathi.
Himanshu to receive this overall male student award and the Vice Chancellor gold medal. This medal is based on overall excellence, participation in class, and a variety of assessments. I also request the Vice Chancellor to announce the overall Best Female Student Award in LLM.
The girl student is Diksha Sethi.
Diksha Sethi to receive the gold medal, Vice Chancellor gold medal, overall Best Female Student. She is soon going to join Delhi Judiciary also. Wonderful. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to parents of Diksha who are definitely there. Can you wave yourself? Where are you? Oh, you are very good. The parents of Diksha are here. All right. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Now we can move on to Vice Chancellor's Gold Medal for BLLB Honours. Again, the Vice Chancellor has instituted a gold medal for the overall best male student in BLLB Honours.
not necessarily the academic achievement. This is given to a student for the overall achievement on the campus. And it is Siddhant subject.
Friends, Siddhant Sachdeva, I have some information to share about him. He has been accepted for further studies to both University of Oxford and University of Cambridge. He will pursue an MSc in Law and Finance in the University of Oxford. Congratulations to you. Wish you all the best. May I now request sir to please announce the overall best female student for BLLB Honours.
A girl student who contributes to academics, cultural activities, and other activities on the campus. As I said, not necessarily academics. Sona Subaya.
Sona, please come on the dais to receive this very special award for your overall performance. Congratulations. Great. So many achievements, so many laurels. I have to say only two lines. जिंदगी की असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है, जिंदगी के कई इम्तिहान अभी बाकी हैं, अभी नापी है मुट्ठी भर जमी हमने, अभी तो पूरा आसमान बाकी है। Friends, I am very pleased to share some of the outstanding achievements of this outgoing batch. This is inspiration to other batches. Maybe share that this batch has a strength of 78 students, and all the 42 students who chose to sit for placement received job at Indian and international law firms and corporate projects. 100% placement. 21 students received offer from Indian law firm, Trilegal, Khaitan, Sahir Al-Amarchand, SR, AZB, L&L, Talwar, Thakore, P&Law, Office, Surana and Surana, many. 4 students receiving training contracts from international law firms in London. 2 will be working with Herbert Smith Freehills, very reputed firm, and 2 with Linklaters. Steel Authority of India, ICICI, SRIL, GAS, so many companies, PSUs have already taken these students for different employment avenues. I have to make a special mention about those students who have already got admission. Siddhant, I have already mentioned you that he is going to Oxford for higher studies. I also have Pritam Bharti, who is to pursue his LLM at the School of Oriental and African Studies, SOAS, a very distinguished institutions in London. Gauri Bhargava is pursuing LLM in International Technology and Law from Bush University in Amsterdam. I also have a few more mentions to be made as far as this batch is concerned. Asabari Rai, who has been accepted for LLM in the London School of Economics, Queen Mary University of London, University of Edinburgh, University of Essex, University of Sussex, and University of Reading. In all the universities she secured admission. She has received full scholarship, Arthur Felton Fellowship, very prestigious fellowship from American Society of International Law. She will be working with Brookings Institute India Center to analyze Indian policy towards Rohingya refugees. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you. We have Dadit Kumar Shukla, who has received a very prestigious legislative assistant to Member of Parliament LAM Fellowship, and will be providing extensive research support to members of Parliament while engaging with important policy and development issues. So these achievements speak for the brilliance of this outgoing batch. I wish you all the best from the university. Friends, we also have another very important component to go before I sign off. The National Law University Delhi has decided to felicitate some of the alumni who have brought a lot of glory to this university through their achievements in their respective professional avenues. Since the inception, the alumni of this university have been achieving remarkable milestones in their professional career. They have secured the achievements in various fields like civil services, judicial examination, securing prestigious international fellowships and admission to best of the law schools in the world. The NLU Delhi has decided to felicitate the alumni of the university who have achieved such milestones in their career. They are being facilitated today in this convocation. I first announce these candidates one by one will come on the dais to receive the appreciation certificate from the dignitaries. We have Vaishali Singh. Vaishali Singh did her BA honors 2011-2016 batch passed out. She scored All India rank 8th in UPSC Civil Service examination. She was the topper of Haryana State and she joined Indian Administrative Service. Congratulations to you. She has been my student and a lot of faculty members are feeling very proud. Congratulations. Good luck to you. Maybe have Vijay Kumar Dev to confer this appreciation to Vaishali Singh, 8th ranker in UPSC and topper in Haryana. I would like you to please be here for some more time. Please be here just for Saloni Sharma. These students who have succeeded in UPSC examination in various categories. BA Honours batch 2011-2016, same batch. Indian Administrative Service batch 2019, Civil Service examination 2018. A brilliant student of this batch, congratulations to you. You are being felicitated by Chief Secretary. A moment ago, the Vice Chancellor was narrating a story about a student. I am very pleased to call that student on the dais, Ranga Shri teacher. Ranga Shri is Indian Foreign Service officer now. She was batched 2011-2016. She will be joining IFS in August this month. Most welcome. Ranga Shri TK being felicitated by Shri Vijay Kumar Devji, Chief Secretary. In the UPSC Civil Service Examination 2017, the candidate who scored rank 9th, Soumya Sharma, the student of this university, BA Honours batch 2017. Congratulations, Soumya, to you. That's 9th ranker UPSC. Friends, this trend is now setting in. Lots of the students many students could not attend this program because of their posting and because of so many reasons in different states. They are not the only those who have cleared so far. There are many. So I, on behalf of the National Law University Delhi, I extend a very warm welcome. Thank you, sir. Now, in this next segment, we have the candidates who have succeeded in judiciary examinations in different states. First of all, I would call Rishika Shrivastava. Rishika is batch 2011-2016. 2011 and 2016 batch is very special. Wonderful. So Rishika actually topped, she was the first ranker in Delhi judiciary examination, batch 2019. Yes, maybe have Justice Andlaw to kindly come forward to confer the honor. She is the topper of Delhi Judicial Service examination 2019. Now we have Anam Rais Khan. Anam is LLM program alumni 2015-16 batch. She is undergoing training at the moment with the Delhi Judicial Academy here, 2019 induction batch. Anam Rais. Anam is to receive the felicitation from Honorable Justice Andlaw. Neha Sharma. Neha Sharma is a training judge at the moment with Delhi Judicial Service, DJS 2018, BLLB Honours Batch 2010-2015. I also call Akanksha Gautam, BLLB Honours 2011-2016, Judicial Officer, Delhi Judicial Service Batch 2019. May we have Devanshu also on the stage? Please get photographed. Yes, Neha, please come. Akanksha Gautam. BLLB Honours Batch 2011-16, Batch 2019 Delhi Judicial Service. Devanshu, may we have? Yeah, please come. His batch, Delhi Judicial Service Batch 2017 and BLLB Batch 2014. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Please take your seat. Friends, there are many other judges and judicial officers who are posted in UP, Rajasthan, in Haryana, and they couldn't. Today is a working day for district judiciary, so most of them could not secure the leave. Otherwise, you would have many more persons in this hall today. Friends, I also have a very important alumni today, Survi Lal. Survi Lal is BLLB Honours 2016 batch. She is the recipient of Pratibha Singh Scholarship in Intellectual Property Rights. Survi is currently studying LLM at Cambridge 2019. She is also associate in dispute resolution team at Shardul Amarchand Mangal Das Company, New Delhi. May we have Mr. Manish Sisodia to do the honor, the Deputy Chief Minister, Government, NCT Delhi. So friends, at the end, before I sign off the dais, I had to quote Tom Brockway. He said, "You are educated. You are educated, your certification is your degree. You may think of it as the ticket to good life. Let me ask you to think of an alternative. Think of it as your ticket to change the world." Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. And now, taking this ceremony further with immense pride and honor, honorable dignitaries and ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to share with you that this year we have 6 publications to be released. So the first publication to be released this auspicious morning is the Journal of National Law University, Delhi. May we have the journal on the stage, please? The journal seeks to provide a platform for engaging in multidisciplinary discussions on themes of law, society, and justice. The journal has international focus and it is widely read by scholars and practitioners across the world. Now it has become a biannual journal and is being published in collaboration with Sage Publication Limited. The editor of the journal is Professor Ranveer Singh, Editor-in-Chief Professor G.S. Bajpai, and Managing Editor Dr. Aparna Chandra. I request the dignitaries to release the journal, please. The Journal of National Law University, Delhi. Thank you. The next journal is the NLUD Journal of Legal Studies. The NLUD Journal of Legal Studies is the flagship student-run publication, and this publication is the inaugural publication this time of the students-led Journal of National Law University, Delhi. It's an annual peer-reviewed journal which seeks to provide a forum for students, academics, and professionals to engage in discussions on varied issues of contemporary importance in domestic and international law and policy. The aim of the journal is to encourage scholarship and research in all areas of law and its relationship with other disciplines in order to analyze crucial developments in the legal field. Ladies and gentlemen, the NLUD Journal of Legal Studies. The students who have put their hard work into this journal, the Editor-in-Chief, Kanaya Rajwade, Managing Editor, Pallavi Mishra, Associate Editors, Aditya Jindal, Kali Shrikari, Rashi Pathak, Rakesh Roshan, Sachi Agrawal, Shubhangi, Tansi, and copy editors are Anupriya, Prashasti Bhatt, and Vishwesh. The next journal is the Journal of Victimology and Victim Justice. May we have the journal on the stage, please? This journal has been instituted jointly by the Indian Society of Victimology and Center for Criminology and Victimology at National Law University, Delhi. It is also published in collaboration with Sage Publication Limited. This journal is the flagship journal for visualizing development in the field of victimology and victim justice in the forms of articles, notes, comments from eminent jurists, academicians, victim service providers, policymakers, scholars, and students. It focuses on critical leadership and practical development, and it is a peer-reviewed journal with 2 issues published annually. The patron of the journal is Professor Ranveer Singh, Editor-in-Chief Professor G.S. Bajpai. Ladies and gentlemen, the Journal of Victimology and Victim Justice. And now, the 4th publication to be released in line is the Indian Journal of Criminology. It is a joint publication of the Indian Society of Criminology, K.L. Arora Chair in Criminal Law, and Center for Criminology and Victimology at National Law University, Delhi. It's published twice a year. The scope of this journal covers all aspects of criminology, penology, victimology, including all issues bordering sociology, psychology, law, social work, and ICT applications. It envisages comparative studies from international contributors, focusing on the substantive and applied aspects of criminology and criminal justice. Again, the patron of the journal is Professor Ranveer Singh, and editor is Professor G.S. Bajpai. Indian executive editors are Dr. Ritu Sharma and Dr. Akash Singh. The next release of the day is the release of the NLUD Research Handbook. Now this research handbook is a very unique publication in the sense that all the research projects undertaken and completed by the university till date are comprised in this particular research handbook. So to mention here, the university has as many as 32 ongoing projects and 92 completed projects under different research centers of the university. I request the dignitaries to release the NLUD Research Handbook. And now, the book, Living on the Edge, a study of women victimization and legal control. Ladies and gentlemen, the book is a result of very hard work and a lot of endeavor, a lot of effort put in by the researchers. It's a result of the research project which aimed at an objective examination of the status of violence against women and gender justice in northern regions of India. It analyzes the status of women in India through the ages, and it records the limitations in the scope of existing literature on the subject. The author of the book is Professor G.S. Bajpai. May we please have the book on the stage?
चार बोलो तीन को हैं चार
The book has been published by Mohan Law House. Living on the Edge, a study of women victimization and legal control. Thank you very much. Thank you so very much. And now I request Vice Chancellor Professor Ranveer Singh to invite the Chief Guest to deliver the convocation address.
I have the honor to request Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi, Chief Justice of India, to deliver the convocation address. Please. The Chancellor of the University, who is the Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court, the Honorable Chief Minister, the Deputy Chief Minister, the Secretary, Chief Secretary, Professor Ranveer Singh, the Vice Chancellor, Justice Enloe, Mr. Bajpai, the Registrar, the honorable members of the Governing Council, the Executive Council, and the Academic Council, members of the Bar, graduating students and their parents, members of the faculty, and my students, and at last, Professor Upendra Bakshi. Professor Bakshi, you taught me law in the Delhi University. This was 45 years back. I am seeing Professor Bakshi after 45 years, though I read his articles every day. What do I say? The time allotted to me is over. I was supposed to start at 12 and end at 12:30. So I'll be very brief. Let me begin by saying that it's a matter of great pleasure for me to be here. And it's a very welcome change. As a judge in my courtroom, I face a similar get-up and a set-up, except that I have lawyers in front of me who are very aggressive. Today I have so many different pleasant faces before me. I am thankful to the Professor Ranveer Singh, the Vice Chancellor, for giving me this opportunity to be in the midst of you all. Let me begin by congratulating the students passing out. Let me also congratulate the families of the passing out students, some of whom must have made significant sacrifices. I'm sure, my dear students, you realize that you owe them a debt of gratitude for their support. And I know that in turn, they derive much pride and happiness in sharing the joy of your achievement. Let me utilize this occasion to talk about something which I consider to be very relevant to the present time and place. The focus in recent times of Indian legal education has altered considerably. Whereas traditional Indian universities offer, and in some cases continue to offer, law as a 3-year graduate program, the new national law schools have sought to foster, through an intensive 5-year model, a combined degree in law and arts, or sometimes other disciplines also. This initiative was with a strong commitment to improve the existing legal infrastructure. Indeed, with this ambition, 5-year law schools have spearheaded critical changes in syllabi and structure to bring up a new generation of lawyers who would think more critically, analyze comprehensively, and argue articulately. It has been around 30 years since the Bar Council of India started the first experiment with the establishment of the law school in Bangalore. This was dedicated towards achieving those ambitions. I think it is time now for introspection and analysis as to whether the 5-year model has met its ambitions. Let me take you on a brief historical tour. The immediate need for a legal education framework in post-1947 India was to replace the inaccessible law schools in Britain that had trained the country's pre-independence generation of lawyers. In 1969, the Justice Gajendra Gadkar Committee opined that the aims of legal education were to make law students good lawyers who had absorbed and mastered the theory of law, its philosophy, its function, and its role in a democratic society. Perhaps more importantly, apart from the discouragement offered to strictly technical, litigation-oriented law schools, these early reports also had an inherent ideological objective that took offense at society-divorced professional techniques that trained these lawyers. The 5-year model was aimed at developing socially conscious lawyers who, in the words of the formal objectives of the first National Law School, Bangalore, would responsibly, I quote, this is what was visualized, would serve society in the field of law by developing skills in regard to advocacy, legal services, legislation, law reforms, and the like, to organize lectures, seminars, symposia, and conferences to promote legal knowledge and to make law and the legal processes efficient instruments of social development. This is Section 4 of the NLSUI Act. In spite of improvements at more than one level, there remains new sets of challenges to the national law school system. For most, there is a threat of the national law school becoming a victim of its own success. with stimulated demand and renewed faith, the system might well have started an unsustainable chain of unrequited expectation. And perhaps nostalgia and redundant comparisons with non-national law schools alone keeps the system working and is triggering continued replication. But more importantly, as I posed earlier, we must ask how well these law schools are serving the purpose they were designed for. If the primary reason for setting up the 5-year law schools is to strengthen the bar, the natural corollary would be to understand such law schools as the basic training ground of the legal profession. One will therefore necessarily have to look at the role and functions of lawyers and try and understand why, in spite of the great attractions and opportunities that the legal profession offers, a law graduate natural choice is not the legal profession. Lawyers act as advocates and advisors of the litigant public and help them to secure their rights under the law. While working for their clients, lawyers interpret and mold the law and help the judges in laying down legal propositions that have a binding effect on the future generations. Lawyers also act as adjudicators, negotiators, and mediators. They are great educators too. Practice of law is a reasonably lucrative profession. I do not wish to be drawn into the financial side of the legal profession, and any debate of this would not be befitting the occasion. All that I would like to say is that the issue is best left to the members of the bar to ponder and decide. The purpose of law schools is to bring out lawyers who would serve a country as prospective leaders at the bar, adjudicators on the bench, and educators and teachers. The 5-year law school model has not entirely failed in achieving that purpose, but it has also not brought about the transformation that was expected. Careers in law firms and corporates have become popular choices and continue to remain so. This is not to suggest that such endeavors are not required. Rather, my concern is of disproportionate emphasis. The highly attractive careers in the bar and the bench also needs to be highlighted. It is apparent that many of the law school's current practices not only fail to support, but in fact actually undermine the law school's about purpose. If the purpose of the law schools is to create lawyers who will be professionally competent, technically sound, and socially relevant, then the learning could come only from engaging with human needs and suffering in the field of life, and not from enclosed corporate boardrooms. Therefore, to be truly useful for the 21st century legal landscape in India, the law schools must free themselves of monofocus, instead adopt a multi-focus approach when it comes to encouraging and advising students as regard their career choices. Unless necessary course corrections are made, the legal profession will continue to suffer. To quote Justice Frankfurter, I quote, "In the last analysis, the law is what the lawyers are, and the law and the lawyers are what the law schools make of them." Ladies and gentlemen, although it is a Herculean task, we can make a beginning by regular assessment and reassessment of the need of the public, the students, and the legal profession. First,
And foremost, we must have a close look at the fee structure presently in some of the law schools. In fact, this morning I received a letter from a vice chancellor of a very prominent national law school raising this issue and asking for an open debate as to the fee structure. I don't know whether this is correct, but it could be that the education of many of you who are here or in other national law schools, to some extent, is sponsored by the corporates. I don't want young minds to be taken over by the corporates. I have my system to run. The university is meant to ensure a barrier-free access to education, both social and economic. And the knowledge that the university imparts. No doubt, funding constraints for public institutions exist, but if the existing fee structures translate into insurmountable economic barrier to education, then in a country like ours, it is nothing short of a tragedy. We must make sure that law students have sufficient foundation in legal institutions, the role of the law, and the values of lawyers. The ultimate success of a teaching institution is an open and flexible mind that emerges on the completion of the curriculum. We must also aim at restructuring the curriculum to focus on developing students' lawyering skills. A lawyer's mind is always an open mind. He can freely take up any case and fight any cause within the framework of law. Unless and until the bar is efficient and strong, our legal system can't function efficiently. The bar is a feeder to the benches also. Most of the judges in the higher judiciary are drawn from the bar. This is my worry. Let me tell you, my young friends, life on this side of the bar, on the bench, is not bad. I have been on it for about 20 years now. Difficult, it certainly is. But the levels of satisfaction are very high. I will fail in my duty if I don't emphasize the need of cultivating young students to become a part of academia also. Good teachers chisels great students. William Wordsworth wrote in his famous poem that the child is the father of man. The kind of education imparted in the law schools will decide what the future generation would be. Education goes beyond what is taught in classrooms. Education has many sources, and a comprehensive coming together of all these sources, the university, the bench, the bar, civil society, students themselves, and other stakeholders, is necessary to chalk out an inclusive, socially relevant, and holistic legal education system. As a pioneer in the arena of legal education, perhaps the National Law University Delhi can take the lead in the matter. We have just celebrated our 73rd Independence Day. In the golden hue of time, India still stands as the great democratic model for the future of humanity. A society open to global forces, dedicated to human rights, and committed to service to the last man, to a very real extent. Judges and lawyers of India are the guardians of this model of constitutionalism. It is vital that India is a success story. Dear graduating students, you are the future, and it is your responsibility to keep up the ideals which our ancestors have fought to achieve and struggled to afford. towards the end, I again emphasize that today is not merely another day, not for you. It is a day that carries immense significance as it holds hope for a better future, not only for the graduating students and their families, but for the teachers, members of the faculty, and other members working in the institution. If I were to put it in one phrase, I would say Convocation days are transformational. Dear graduating students, what you have received is not a piece of paper that merely declares the ambit and quality of your intellectual skills or guarantees you a future which is prosperous. It is something much more than that. It is a call of duty. A duty which no one can compel you to do. A duty for which, or for doing which, no one will thank you. But nonetheless, it's a duty which you ought to do because you have the opportunity to do it. The duty I'm referring is the duty to act. Act to pass on the good that you have and what you have learned so that others can have it. Act to transform the misfortune you have witnessed so that others don't have to go through it. Act to light up a smile and wipe out a tear. Do not fail your next generation, even if you fail that the present has let you down. Learn from our mistakes. Lastly, a few words about the freedom of choice and the integrity for work. I'll utter only a phrase about the integrity for work, which is there are no shortcuts in life. Dare not forget that to be amongst the best, you have to be the best. Regarding freedom of choice, say no, and a big no, to anything and everything which appears to your mind as morally and actually regressive. Say yes to everything which you think can be of help to anybody. In this regard, I would also like to share that do not hesitate in making decisions, and more importantly, stand on decisions regardless of the result of such decisions. Because the result of these decisions are your source of learning, your source of experience. I'll also fail in my duty if I don't bring to your notice the value of the discerning eyes, which helps you to distinguish between popular and populism, between interests and vested interests. No one benefits if institutions get destroyed. Remember, it is easy to destroy, but institution building is the result of hard work of several generations. I think I have said much more than I wanted to. I thank you for hearing me out. I once again congratulate all the graduating students for their achievements, the members of the heads of the NLU Delhi for giving me this opportunity, and I conclude by quoting Mahatma Gandhi. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Young students, become that change, and the world will be a better place to live. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable the Chief Justice of India, for your kind words. Now I have the honor to request the Chancellor to declare the convocation closed.
I declare the convocation closed.
Thank you. Kindly be seated. Now, we shall have the group photograph of all the batches along with the dignitaries here on the stage. So I request all the PhD candidates to come up on the stage here. LLM batch, please be ready after this. Thank you. Now I request the LLM candidates to please come forward. The girls may stand downstairs and the boys may come up on the stairs. I request the dignitaries to please come forward and stand on the stage here. All the boys, you may please come forward and
आने दो बीच में दो बार
few of the boys may also stand downstairs. Quickly make a formation for the group photograph. Please look at the balcony. Thank you. The students are requested to return back to their seats. And the BLLB honor students, please make up a line for the group photograph. I request all the BLLB honor students to come up on the stage. Again, the same formation. The girls preferably downstairs, and the boys, please come up on the stage.
Bro, I slept on your mattress. Thank you very much. All the students are requested to go back to their seats. Please go back to your seats. We'll be having a reverse academic procession as of now. Please return back to your seats quickly. Right, so we shall have the reverse procession now. I request everyone to rise when the academic procession leaves the hall. May we have the marching tune, please? Yes,